Alright, so this is some help on the go formative with simplifying, multiplying, and dividing. So when we have a multi-step problem, what I like to do is I like to go from left to right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm only going to focus on these two for now. I'm going to ignore the last one, so I only have to do one thing at a time. So for the first two, my first step is to factor everything. So my x squared minus 9, well, if I factor that, we know it's going to be x plus 3 and x minus 3. Now let's move on to our bottom. So this one, I'm just going to factor out the greatest common factor, because I can't factor it any other way. So the greatest common factor here is going to be x, because they both have x. So x times x minus 5. And then we're going to be multiplying. So then with 5x minus x squared, if you notice, it looks a lot like our one that we just factored. So we know we're going to take out an x, but we're also going to take out a negative 1. So we could say we're taking out a negative x. So that leaves us with x minus 5. Because when we take out that negative, it makes my x squared positive, and it makes my 5x negative. So that's all I did differently. Alright, so then my bottom one after that, x squared minus x minus 12, we're going to factor that. So when we have 12, our factors are 1, 12, 2, 6, and 3, and 4. Well, we need to get it to negative 1. So I automatically think 3 and 4 because that's easy to get to 1. So 3 and 4. And then we just have to think about, well, is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be a negative 1, so my bigger factor has to be negative. And then the other one's positive. Alright, so now that we have everything factored, I need to cancel some things out. So I'm going to start from the left. So we have x plus 3. Well, there's an x plus 3 diagonally away, so these are going to cancel. X minus 3, nothing else cancels. Now I'm going to move to the bottom. X. Well, my x cancels my diagonal x. And remember, I'm not canceling that negative. I'm just canceling the x. And then x minus 5, well, those cancel as well. And then nothing else cancels. So now I'm left with x minus 3, and it's negative all over x minus 4. That's all I'm left over with. So now I'm going to bring down the rest of my equation. I'm going to bring it down. So now we have negative x minus 3 over x minus 4 divided by x minus 4 all over x squared minus 8x plus 16. And you might be saying, Ms. Smith, we can cancel already. Push the brakes. We have to factor and flip. Because it's division, we have to do keep, change, flip. So let's flip first. So let's do that. So we have negative x minus 3 all over x minus 4 times x squared minus 8x plus 16 all over x minus 4. And then from here, I'm going to factor my quadratic. I want to do that first before I do anything else. So we have this guy, just bringing it down. And then now my quadratic turns into, we have to think about it. So 16 factors, 1 and 16. 2 and 8, 4 and 4. So we need to get to negative 8, and so I automatically think, well, 4 and 4 add to 8, so that'll be my easy way out. So 4 and 4, and it's negative 8, and it's a positive 16, so they're both going to be negative. And then I just move my x plus 4 down. Alright, so now that everything is factored, we can cancel out. So I'm going to start at the beginning, so negative, can't cancel anything else. X minus 3, nothing cancels. X minus 4, well that cancels with this x minus 4. And then these two x minus 4's cancel as well. Okay, so now everything that's left over is negative x minus 3. So I would accept this answer, or you can write negative x plus 3, whichever floats your boat. And then our last step is to state the restrictions. So remember what I said about restrictions, you want to go back to the beginning. So going back to the beginning, when we factored everything, so x can't be 0, x can't be positive 5, x can't be negative 3, x can't be positive 4, and then when we factored our second quadratic, x can't be positive 4. So x can't be 0, positive 5, negative 3, and positive 4. That's all our restrictions. Okay. I hope this helps. This is a lot like the one in your Go Formative. Let me know if you have any more questions.